The next question is, when the piston is at the top dead center, the volume above the piston in the combustion chamber is. The right answer is option 3, that is clearance volume. The clearance volume is a volume between the cylinder head and the piston top when the piston is at the top dead center. It is also defined as volume of a cylinder that is not swept by the piston. The next question is, the calorific value of diesel is about. The right answer is option 3, that is 45.5. So what is this calorific value? It is the amount of heat released by a unit weight or a unit volume of a substance during the complete combustion. The next question is, when relative motion between the two elements is completely or successfully constrained, then these two elements forms a. The right answer is option 3, that is kinematic pair. A kinematic pair is a connection between two physical objects that imposes constraints on their relative motion. The next question is, the ball bearing forms. The right answer is option 2, that is rolling pair. So ball bearing forms a rolling pair. So the rolling pair is defined as the two elements connected in such a manner that one is constrained to a roller in another element which is fixed. Okay, so in two elements, one will be rolling whereas another one will be the fixed. So that is a rolling pair. Question is, the creep in the belt drive is due to the right answer is option 3, that is uneven extension and contraction of a belt when it passes from the tight side to sag side. The uneven extension and contraction of a belt when it passes from the tight side to slack side. So there is a relative motion between the belt and the pulley surface. So this phenomena is called creep. And this creep is due to the elastic property of a belt. So the right answer is option 3, that is creep is due to the uneven extension and contraction of a belt. The next question is, the size of a gear is usually specified by. The right answer is option 4, that is pitch circle diameter. The next question is, the product of diametral pitch and modulus of a gear is equal to. The right answer is option 3, that is it will be equal to 1. So the diametral pitch is defined as it is the number of teeth per inch of a pitch diameter, whereas moduli is defined as it is the unit of a size that indicates how big or small a gear is. It is defined as the ratio of the reference diameter of a gear divided by number of teeth. So the product of diametral pitch and module of a gear will be equal to 1. The next question is, the gear train used to connect the minute hand and the hour hand in a clock is. The right answer is option 4, that is reverted gear train. Reverted gear train is a very similar to the compound gear train. So these are used when there is a small space between the input and output shafts and we need large changes in the speed. The next question is, the power transmitted by a belt is maximum when the maximum tension in the belt is equal to dash times the centrifugal tension. The right answer is option 2, that is 3 times the centrifugal tension. So what is this centrifugal tension? It is a tension caused in the running belt by the centrifugal force. So then such a tensions are called centrifugal tension. The next question is, for static balancing of a shaft, the right answer is the net dynamic force acting on the shaft should be 0. So the static balancing definition refers to the ability of stationary object to its balance. It is necessary to prevent the stationary objects from rolling. So static balancing is very much essential to avoid the rolling of static bodies. So to have that static balancing, the net dynamic force acting on a shaft must be zero. The next question is the angle between the direction follower motion and the normal drawn to the pitch curve is called. The right answer is option 4, that is pressure angle. The pressure angle is defined as the angle between the tooth face and the gear wheel tangent. That is a pressure angle. The next question is in a radial cam, the follower moves. The right answer is option 1 in a direction perpendicular to the cam axis. The next question is a disturbing mass m1 attached to a rotating shaft may be balanced by a single mass m2 attached in the same plane of a rotation as that of m1 such that the right answer is option 3, that is m1 r1 will be equals to m2 r2, where r1 and r2 are the radii of a rotation. So the balancing of rotation of bodies is very important to avoid the vibration. These methods are carried in heavy industrial machines such as gas turbines and electric generators. The next question is the type of brake commonly used in a railway train is. The right answer is option 1, that is shoe brake. So the brake shoe are a long curved blocks typically of one pair. So which presses on the drums of a drum brake. The next question is the frictional torque transmitted by a disc or a plate clutch is same as that of. The right answer is option 2, that is flat collar bearing. The thrust bearing having a suitable formed face or a faces that resist the axial pressure of a one or more collars rotating on a shaft is known as collar bearing. So the frictional torque transmitted by a disc or a plate clutches is same as that of flat collar bearing. The next question is the power absorbed by a dynamometer is converted into. The right answer is option 4, that is heat. So these dynamometers are classified into two types. One is power absorption and another one is a power transmission. So the power absorbed by a dynamometer will be converted into heat. The next question is the clutch is located between. The right answer is option 3, that is engine and gearbox. A clutch is a mechanical device which engages and disengages the power transmission, especially from driving shaft to driven shaft. The next question is the Poisson's ratio is least for. The right answer is option 2, that is concrete. What is this Poisson's ratio? It is a ratio of transverse contraction strain to longitudinal extension strain in the direction of stretching force. So among all these materials, concrete will have less Poisson's ratio. The next question is the relation between Young's modulus and the modulus of rigidity is given by. The right answer is option 1, that is E will be equals to 2C into 1 plus 1 by m. So that is a relation between Young's modulus and modulus of rigidity. So what is this Young's modulus? Young's modulus is a ability of any material to resist the change along its length. The modulus of rigidity, which is also known as shear modulus, it is defined as the material property with the value equal to the shear stress divided by the shear strain. The next question is the deformation of a bar per unit length in the direction perpendicular to the line of action of force is called. The right answer is option 3, that is lateral strain. So lateral strain is also known as a transverse strain. It is the ratio of change in the diameter of a circular bar of a material to its diametral due to the deformation in a longitudinal direction. So that is a lateral strain.